Every day we start turning on the light, taking a shower and breakfast. We use a car, a cell phone, a smart device, and so on. Have you ever wondered where all the minerals for this come from? The aluminum in the car, the copper wire in the electrical installation, or you know that the cell phone is made with more than 200 different minerals? The mining industry is the first link to all chains of production. And for that reason, we have the necessity of making an industry leader in safety and health. We can start defining a leader. A leader says, I will sacrifice for others because they will also do it for me. They make you feel safe into the organization. So the natural response is trust and cooperation. They provide training, better opportunities, growth. They sacrifice numbers, not people. They support even when you make mistakes. They help build self-confidence. They promote achievements even greater than their own. Achieving good work design during the design of equipment and technologies in the resource industry will improve productivity, safety, and health for those who work in the industry and the surrounding communities. How can we get the loyalty and commitment of our team? We need to understand some concepts about motivation. There are three types of motivation. The extrinsic motivation comes from outside. It is in which we need somebody to supervise us for use or safety equipment. The intrinsic motivation comes from within. For instance, I use my safety equipment because I am the support of my family and my family needs me. The transcendental motivation looks to take care of others. It is what the firemen or doctors have. They could do their jobs even if they don't get paid. So why do they do their job? This type of motivation is what leaders in the mining industry need. This curve shows us the level of maturity in the safety culture. In the low level, we have the extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation, where the behavior is reactive or dependent, so far away from the high level, where the motivation is transcendental and the behavior is interdependent. On this stage, the people share responsibility achieved by perceiving occupational health and safety as a common value. Now, to achieve the transcendental motivation, we will study some principles of how it works. Communication can be in two directions, from the inside and out of the circle. Every organization knows what they do. Some know how they do it, but very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. It's not a profit, it is your purpose. What is your cause? Why does your organization exist? A few people know which is the reason for getting out of the bed every morning and going to their jobs. To find a reason and communicate since your purpose will help you to have a better performance as an organization or as a person. And it is the same way that our brain works. Outside in the neocortex is on charge of language and analysis, and inside in our limbic brain is where the decision, feelings, and behaviors born. That is the reason for which the great leaders look to communicate since their purpose. Getting out of the bed with the purpose to help others to come back happy to their homes using the safety and health management system and selling products for making the human's life easy is different to just go to your work for getting a paycheck. Leaders in the mining industry must communicate properly. Here we have a method for talk with others, the SBI method: situation, behavior, and impact. First, describe the situation. Second, describe the behavior. Third, what was the impact of the behavior or situation? The impact can have personal or impersonal relevance, negative or positive consequence, immediate or delayed time, and certain or uncertain livelihood. With this information over the table, we can find two kinds of statements: peaks, or positive, immediate, and certain, or nicks, negative, immediate, and certain. To improve your communication, increase the peaks arguments and decrease the nicks arguments. The mining industry needs to get serious when it comes to risk management too often across the industry. We use our health and safety management system to identify and manage our risk and ensure the implementation of effective controls. The essential principles of health and safety governance are leadership, worker participation, and legislative compliance. Why is it important to have a health and safety management system? Because not having it can generate losses. Indirect costs, loss of production, absenteeism, turnover, industrial disputation, impaired public image, investigation costs, repair, redress, low moral, direct costs, treatment costs, compensation costs, rehabilitation costs. As I mentioned, the health and safety management system needs controls, so here we have the hierarchy of controls. The most effective elimination being at the top level, as it removes the hazard completely. Substitution is the next most effective control. It replaces the hazard with another of lower risk. For example, replacing a hazardous chemical with a less hazardous chemical. If you cannot eliminate or substitute the hazard, then separate the hazard from the people at risk by isolating it, such as installing a physical barrier. Next on the list is engineering, which involves changing the physical characteristics of the workplace or equipment, for example, providing remote operation of the task. Administrative measures such as policies, procedures, signs, and training, and the provision of personal protective equipment such as safety equipment or clothing to protect the worker are the lowest level of control, as they are implemented at the point of the worker and rely on worker behavior to control the risk. These controls should be a secondary rather than a primary means of defense. Why is it important to investigate and report the accidents, illness, injuries, and so on? Because this will help you to maintain your operations safe. Putting attention on the statistics. In the base of the triangle are registered the unsafe acts. Then, as a general rule, after 600 near-miss could occur 30 minor accidents. After that could happen 10 serious accidents. And then it is highly probable to occur a fatal or permanently incapacitated accident. So it's very important to report and to learn about them through the investigations. The Framework for Occupational Health and Safety (OHC) management system, as outlined in the ISO 45001 standard, is founded on the concept of the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle. This is an iterative process that aims to achieve continual improvement. The elements are: plan. This involves identifying and evaluating the OHS risks and opportunities. Do. This is where the implementation of the planning takes place. Check. Here we monitoring and measure activities against the OH system. Act. This provides the opportunity to continually improve the OHS performance. For this cycle to be successful, leadership and worker participation is essential, and it is also important that we understand the organization, its context, and external and internal associated issues. Additionally, we need to understand the needs and expectations of workers and other interested parties like workers and communities. Let me remind you that the Wright brothers team achieved the unthinkable, practicing their leadership. This is the end. If you have any question, please let me know. Thank you for your attention.